Hi, Adam here, talking with you about ZenWow. With Zen Desktop, you'll be saying wow every time you use this tablet. A regular tablet doesn't let you use all your apps and data. This one does, all thanks to ZenWow. Get your data off these dinosaurs and into here. These things are a ticking time bomb. Get all your apps and data on any device in seconds. You following this camera guy? Take an iPad, search for Citrix, install receiver. It's that easy. I don't know, it sells itself. Now tablets are all the rage, but sometimes you want a PC form factor. No problem. Build your own. LCD, keyboard, use your phone as a trackpad. It's ZenWow Nirvana. Are you at risk of losing your data in a small PC fire? Not anymore. It stays nice and secure in the data center. The fire brigade will be saying ZenWow every time. Don't get a slap chop, get a laptop. Lap overheating? Take a tablet. Use any device. Is your iTube phony? Well, get an Android. Roid rage? Switch back to the iPad. Same app, same data, any device. It's application ping pong. Don't be chained to your desk. Bring your apps and data with you wherever you go. This is for the office, the car, at a restaurant, playing golf, walking the dog, the jacuzzi. What? Let's see that again. This is for the office, the car, at a restaurant, playing golf, walking the dog, the jacuzzi. Because your apps go where you go, they're going to last all day long. No other product's going to do that. Not enough space? Flip it over. Text too small? Zoom it in. That's ZenWow. This PC, 8 kilos. This phone, 200 grams. With ZenWow, your phone can absorb 40 times its weight in applications. Let it do all the heavy lifting. Look at this. Doesn't drip, doesn't make a mess, with absolutely no memory leaks. ZenWow has a habit of distraction. In that case, call that guy. And it's made by Citrix. And you know Citrix engineers always make good stuff. With Zen Desktop and the Citrix receiver, you'll be saying ZenWow every time.
Call now for ZenWow 1-800-424-8749 or visit Citrix.com. Zen Desktop and the Citrix receiver can only give you ZenWow. ZenWow is only made by Citrix. Beware of expensive, inferior imitators. Call now to receive unlimited free receiver downloads. Call 1-800-424-8749 or visit Citrix.com. That's 1-800-424-8749.
We're headed out about 5 o'clock. Jenny and Charlie, but no dog.
Good. We've got time to tweak this thing before the Monday conference.
I'm all yours.
Let's do a go-to meeting. I think part 4 of this contract is our sweet spot. Beckman's hinting at some wiggle room on their cost. I'm seeing Christina from engineering later on. She loves our design so much, she'd kill to work on it.
It's a great design, Gary. In fact, it's a really great design. Of course, the client may change it.
Guaranteed. They always do.
And you've got new data coming in this afternoon?
After I land, I'll get it to you later. You'll probably be on the road to your country estate.
Gary, it's a cottage. Perfect for 3 people and no dog.
Thanks, you too.
Perfect. The dog's in the kennel. And here's my new tablet.
Won't take long, will it?
Just a few minutes and we'll be on our way. Hi,
Hi,
Charlie. Charlie says he's psyched for the weekend. Can't figure why.
He has a new friend.
This should be a quick download.
So that means some work this weekend?
Not for long. Just some contract changes for the client. Gary's meeting with one of our vendors to get a better price. We are ready to roll.
Evening. How's the drive?
No traffic here. It's all back roads. So, hey, I'm missing the environmental results. Can you send me that, Doc?
Couple of things. I'm sending specs for the stairs and the revised footprint. And a spreadsheet, mostly Beckman's cost, cut by 4%.
4%. I love hearing that.
I'm sending a screenshot and the new specs for the stairs in share file. I'll send you the link.
Good. Hey, when's your meeting with Christina?
She just arrived. Gotta run.
Thanks, Gare.
Have fun, you 3. Ciao.
How are the revisions?
Great, except legal threw us a wrench last night. So I'm in a meeting with Gary for a few minutes.
It'll take me that long to get Charlie out of bed.
Morning.
Morning. I think we're solid here. Let's put this thing to bed and enjoy the weekend.
The revised non-disclosures are evil. Say something in your sleep. We take your firstborn.
They're just what our client expects and nothing less. We're in good shape, Alex. We'll meet again on Monday.
Thanks, man. Later. Wow. I was just acknowledged by my own son.
He's off to see his friend Jessie.
I don't know Jessie.
She's very affectionate.
Affectionate? She?
I took a picture of them together last time we came up here.
Can I see it?
I just sent it to you.
She's a cutie. Boy, you had me going there for a while.
It's not that hard, Alex.
My name is Andrew Dent. I'm the Director of Strategy and Communications for Citrix Labs and the CTO office. My organisation is responsible for forwarding the charter of Citrix to innovate in the areas of remote access and mobility technologies. Citrix has got a long history in the application delivery and remote access spaces. As far back as 1999, our company's motto was a world that people can work and play from anywhere. And now, with the explosion in mobility, our technologies have become more and more relevant. When we talk to our customers, we hear different things about what mobility means to them. For some customers, it's about end user satisfaction. For others, it's about security.
Hi, my name's Barry Young. I'm the End User Computing Product Manager at Aon for APAC. On a daily basis, we have around 3,500 of our 5,500 APAC users connecting to our data centre for services.
My name's Nick Gilbert and I'm the Manager of Next Technology at the University of Sydney. My role comprises managing our client technologies, the university, as well as our innovation portfolio. The University of Sydney has about 7,500 staff and we look after about 50,000 students across our campuses across New South Wales.
To me, enterprise mobility is actually accessing your systems and data when you're away from the office. And this can be over your own device, it can be over a corporate device, and it can also be over a mobile device.
For us, mobility means that wherever one of our staff members or our students are, whether they be on site, overseas, out in the field counting bilbies, they're able to gain access to the information or the applications or services that they need to make sure that they get the best experience that they can.
So the whole process of actually providing enterprise mobility means you have to look at the centralisation of your data, and this in itself can achieve a lot of benefits that your business may be looking for already. Another of these is how are you actually going to present your solution to your users so that they can access it from their own devices.
Our customers are finding that by extending their existing application virtualization infrastructures into the mobility space, they're finding it's bringing huge value into their businesses.
So there are parts of our business which rely on brokers and other agents of the company being face-to-face with the customers. Brokers would have to go out, visit the customer, take notes, come back to the office and transpose those and update the systems from their desk. By actually freeing them up from their desk, it actually gives them more time in front of the customer, which ideally is more beneficial to the business.
I think there's no question that we live in a world now that is mobile. The challenge is that many organisations haven't caught up with that yet. And particularly as we look to the generation that are coming through universities, because they have grown up with that kind of technology, there is this expectation that they'll be able to have access to what they need at their fingertips at any point in time.
So in general terms, we're seeing a lot of mobility being driven by companies that are actually trying to be a top employer for staff. Staff are actually needing mobility nowadays to balance their work-life combination. And you're seeing a lot of financial institutions and a lot of large organisations that are keen to be attractive employers that are offering mobility solutions to try and attract the quality staff that they want.
Over the next few years, the university will continue to invest in client technologies. Our aim during that period is to make sure that we present a curated experience to our students and staff, so that regardless of the device they're using, we're able to ensure that we present them with just the right information for where they are and what they're trying to do.
In 2 years' time, we will be offering flexible work practices as a standard offering to our staff. They'll be able to spend part or all of their working week working remotely, and they'll be able to do it using non-Aon provided devices. The idea of this is we can contain IT costs, and we can also centralise data and make it easier for the different teams to share information across the country.
Mobile access to information and technology is the future. There's no organisation that I can think of that doesn't need to consider the way that their staff and their users are accessing technology. So for us, making sure that people are able to have conversations, that people are able to gain access to their information is our lifeblood.
Your IT department has new employee onboarding down to a science. Or at least, they did, until people started bringing devices that don't like to follow the rules. Citrix is the complete solution that gives you intelligent management and control over devices and access from your employee's first day on the job through to the last. You can find other ways to manage devices, but only Citrix covers the whole mobile enterprise end-to-end. Protecting the mobile enterprise isn't about saying no. It's about saying yes. Yes to mobile being integrated into the rest of your infrastructure. Yes to employees who want to be productive on the go. Join the revolution and put all those devices to good work.
So Calvin, since the release of Zen Desktop 7 last year, where we unified application and desktop delivery, there's been a lot of speculation about ZenApp. What happened to ZenApp? And now we hear that there's a ZenApp 7.5. Could you give us some background on, why ZenApp and why now?
Sure. So that, it's really exciting news. I think it's something certainly that our customers, our partners, and our field have been looking forward to. We've always had this belief that any sort of virtualization of the desktop was really about the applications in the end. And Zen Desktop 7, that was the first launch of a platform that could give you both virtual desktops and virtual applications, individually or together. And so, we came out with that product, that solution, established that platform, and now as we see more and more use cases for application delivery and to mobile devices, to traditional PCs, a lot of the same use cases that we've had before. Still a lot of tremendous interest in bringing that forward into a cloud era and a mobile era. And it just seemed, that's the right approach for a ZenApp focused product. And so we're launching the next generation of ZenApp.
Makes sense. So one of the biggest features that we see out of the new ZenApp and Zen Desktop 7.5 product is this idea of hybrid cloud delivery. Now we hear, a lot of talk about cloud, a lot of announcements from, Amazon and the like. So how does this fit in? How is this cloud different than everything else we hear about cloud?
Well, the big thing about our approach to this hybrid cloud provisioning feature is that we're taking this from the point of view of the customer that is already doing desktop virtualization, that has been doing it for a while, and from the customer that's been doing application virtualization with ZenApp, for the past couple of decades. They have on-premise solutions today. They have a range of control around that environment. They have training and skill sets that they want to be able to leverage. And our approach to hybrid cloud provisioning is in recognition that these are the first people who are going to adopt cloud, right? The first people that are going to understand what their use cases are for taking advantage of the elasticity in the cloud, whether it's flexing or bursting for seasonal capacity, whether it's just the way they want to grow their environment is through cloud, but today they have an on-premise solution. And so that's the focus of the feature, is how do we leverage the same management console, same skill set, same infrastructure design, same architecture, and just simply allow them to leverage the world's largest clouds like AWS, like the hundreds of cloud platform providers that are out there, and sometime in the near future, Microsoft Azure as well. Right? All these different types of clouds, they may have different reasons, whether it's geolocation or price competitiveness or feature differentiation that they might have, service differentiation that they might have. We want to provide that flexibility to the customer while still leveraging their existing skill sets in desktop virtualization that they've got with XenApp and XenDesktop.
That sounds like something they could just go do today with their existing process.
Absolutely, and that's the how we're bringing value to this is make it something that they can take advantage of very quickly. They don't have to be cloud native. They don't have to build an entire new infrastructure or new skill sets in the cloud. They can take that from what they've got today. Also in there is the full range of capabilities from AppDNA. So it's well beyond just being able to evaluate whether an application is ready for a multi-user session. It goes into operating system analysis, remediation, as well as packaging for AppV. So a full end-to-end automated migration for those applications.
So that's fantastic. So finally, we've been talking a lot about mobility and workforce mobility and mobile devices, but we know there's a lot of people looking at desktop virtualization because they're just trying to get sort of the cost and management of their desktop fleet under control. So what is Citrix doing to really drive home that message? And talk a little bit about cost, because we know that's always the big inhibitor to making this big move.
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we can do with XenDesktop to address the cost, both from an acquisition cost standpoint as well as an overall operational cost and manageability. And it doesn't always start with fully hosting the desktop in the data center, right? So this is part of the whole reason we have these FlexCast technologies and different use cases that you can apply them to. So for example, if you recently refreshed a third of your PC population, there's little chance that you're replacing those anytime soon, right? You want to be able to leverage that investment that you have. But at the same time, maybe you want to allow some more mobility or remote access for it. So you can leverage the remote access functionality, the remote PC access feature within XenDesktop and use those physical PCs and just give people access from outside the network. Or if you've got a recently updated or refreshed set of laptops, you can use Zen Client to secure those and control those, centrally manage the image. Similarly, if you have people with MacBooks, for Mac OS, now we have Desktop Player. So Desktop Player will allow you to, whether it's your corporate-owned MacBook or in particular BYO MacBooks, we see that increasing quite a bit. You can control and centralize the image with Desktop Player. So it starts with some of those types of solutions, right, that are relatively little incremental costs, just for some management components and some maybe image synchronization capabilities, leveraging the existing PC hardware, laptop hardware. Then on the virtualized side and the hosted side, new cost structures, new converged infrastructures that are coming out from our partners that we're working very closely with them on. They drop the cost of virtual desktops and virtual applications significantly. And not only are those designs and those architectures helping with the cost, but from an implementation and deployment standpoint, we're creating joint automations that enable that to get stood up very quickly, very automated in a reliable sort of way. And then once that's in place, then the tools to manage that over time, now you're managing things centrally, you're updating patches centrally, on a known good image. And so operationally, the costs come down quite a bit once those things are in place. So from across the spectrum, whether you're talking about leveraging physical PCs or enhancing the virtual desktop environment, costs are coming down to the point where even from a acquisition cost, CapEx perspective, the costs are comparable to a physical PC. And then when you start to factor in all the operational savings, so over the 3, 4, 5-year lifespan of a PC, your virtual desktop costs are going to be much lower.
So save money on the PC refresh budgets that you already have today, and then operational benefits is all gravy on top of that.
Absolutely.
So, makes sense. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Adam here, talking with you about ZenWow. With Zen Desktop, you'll be saying wow every time you use this tablet. A regular tablet doesn't let you use all your apps and data. This one does, all thanks to ZenWow. Get your data off these dinosaurs and into here. These things are a ticking time bomb. Get all your apps and data on any device in seconds. You following this camera guy? Take an iPad, search for Citrix, install receiver. It's that easy. I don't know, it sells itself. Now tablets are all the rage, but sometimes you want a PC form factor. No problem. Build your own. LCD, keyboard, use your phone as a trackpad. It's ZenWow Nirvana. Are you at risk of losing your data in a small PC fire? Not anymore. It stays nice and secure in the data center. The fire brigade will be saying ZenWow every time. Don't get a slap chop, get a laptop. Lap overheating? Take a tablet. Use any device. Is your iTube phony? Well, get an Android. Roid rage? Switch back to the iPad. Same app, same data, any device. It's application ping pong. Don't be chained to your desk. Bring your apps and data with you wherever you go. This is for the office, the car, at a restaurant, playing golf, walking the dog, the jacuzzi. What? Let's see that again. This is for the office, the car, at a restaurant, playing golf, walking the dog, the jacuzzi. Because your apps go where you go, they're going to last all day long. No other product's going to do that. Not enough space? Flip it over. Text too small? Zoom it in. That's ZenWow. This PC, 8 kilos. This phone, 200 grams. With ZenWow, your phone can absorb 40 times its weight in applications. Let it do all the heavy lifting. Look at this. Doesn't drip, doesn't make a mess, with absolutely no memory leaks. ZenWow has a habit of distraction. In that case, call that guy. And it's made by Citrix. And you know Citrix engineers always make good stuff. With Zen Desktop and the Citrix receiver, you'll be saying ZenWow every time.
Call now for ZenWow 1-800-424-8749 or visit Citrix.com. Zen Desktop and the Citrix receiver can only give you ZenWow. ZenWow is only made by Citrix. Beware of expensive, inferior imitators. Call now to receive unlimited free receiver downloads. Call 1-800-424-8749 or visit Citrix.com. That's 1-800-424-8749.
Got 3 PI after a transit operation. We're going to take good care of it.
Babies' hearts are like snowflakes. They're never the same. And so they present a unique challenge. Citrix is now a daily part of my life. They're the engine that's running my information systems. When someone calls me and says, "This patient is sick, what should we do?" I need information about that patient. I need data. It used to be extremely difficult to get that information.
All right, Christy, here we go.
People's lives are literally at stake here.
All right, we're going to make an incision.
I want to be with my family when they need me, but I don't want to leave my patients unprotected. Citrix technology enables me to access critical patient information anywhere, anytime, on any web-enabled device. We have an obligation as physicians to push forward with technology because we still can't cure everyone. My babies are the most important thing in my life. When I prepare to operate, I think of my children lying in bed at home. And I know how much of a life that child could have if he or she lives.
The workplace looked a little different 25 years ago. The personal computer was a mere 7 years old. Memos were still sent by paper, and mobile devices had yet to fit in our pockets. 1989 was also the year two young software engineers at the biggest technology company in the world did the unthinkable. They left their comfortable careers, set out to change how the world works, and ended up changing the world. In a small office with orange shag carpet, a startup was born. Joined by like-minded visionaries with one very powerful idea, the remarkable company they founded was Citrix. And what they stood for then is something that still defines us today. That first decade, people thought we were crazy. Distributed PCs were the norm. Then along comes Citrix, talking about server-based computing and centralized apps and data. We were accused of reinventing the mainframe, of being backward-looking. Not everyone got it. Our conviction to make information access as simple as a phone call for anyone, any place, and any time, and build a virtual workplace gained more attention and traction. After a while, people did start to get it. Our product portfolio grew. Our platform became even more powerful. We virtualized apps, desktops, servers, and even meetings, all while building one of the greatest partner ecosystems in the industry. By the end of our second decade, our vision for the virtual workplace of the future no longer seemed far-fetched at all. We were making the virtual workplace real. Today, Citrix is the backbone for the world's largest clouds, enabling businesses to grow, thrive, and continually amaze. Today, Citrix is delivering the world's most comprehensive mobility platform, so everything works simply, seamlessly, securely, across devices, locations, and networks. Today, Citrix has enabled a new mobile workforce, allowing millions of people to work on their own terms and focus on what really matters, enjoying their life's work. Looking forward, we see ourselves as the only company prepared to help businesses embrace mobility in a world where change is the only constant. No matter what form devices take, our vision of the future will continue to enable new ways of working, continue to make IT simpler, and help people work better. After all, mobility isn't just good for business, it's good for people. So here's to imagination, innovation, and embracing the yet to be discovered. Here's to staying true to what you believe in. And here's to the next 25 years for all of us. Your IT department has new employee onboarding down to a science. Or at least, they did, until people started bringing devices that don't like to follow the rules. Citrix is the complete solution that gives you intelligent management and control over devices and access from your employee's first day on the job through to the last. You can find other ways to manage devices, but only Citrix covers the whole mobile enterprise end-to-end. Protecting the mobile enterprise isn't about saying no. It's about saying yes. Yes to mobile being integrated into the rest of your infrastructure. Yes to employees who want to be productive on the go. Join the revolution and put all those devices to good work.